It started with the soloist singing Aroko Bangwa, okay? That Aroko, I may not be able to say exactly what it is now. Is it somebody's name? But it is saying Aroko, hasten up. If it is somebody's name, it's possible that they're embarking on a journey. And then this soloist in a song is asking Aroko to hasten up, Bangwa, double up on your steps, hasten up. So if it was a person or it's used figuratively for some other thing, I may not be able to tell. But we don't have the name Aroko today. This actually was a song from Agolo in the same Oka area. And you hear them talking Anyejega Agolafo. That is after the irregular call of Aroko Bangwa. Then he now gets into the dance music proper. Then you hear the singer now mentioning other things that are quite clear. Okay? Anyejega Agolafo. We've gone to Afo market in Agolo. Then Agolo na Ajumo onye mologe nwa. Now, Agolo is now personified. Okay? Agolo is a town. When you now say Agolo na Ajum, instead of say, so the town is now personified as the people. The people of Agolo are asking me, onye mologe nwa, who begat you a child? And I tell them, Imara Ngubo Nwaneka. Don't you know Ngubo Nwaneka? Then we now celebrate, say, Icho Kwalaje, Ulololo, Ewo, Iyo. All these are non-lexical terms, but they have meanings that they suggest. Okay? And the environment where they come from, it is like a coded language that every initiate understands. But people who are around may just think that these are nonsense that they're talking about. But they mean things, As a matter of fact, the Igbo music has little or no place truly for entertainment. It is purely functional. Even where it entertains, it communicates something, intrinsic to the values of the people. Much more than just for entertainment. So, if you listen to the lyrics, you will get a whole lot of things. You get the history of the people, you get the history of their conquests, you get, comments on their values, you get reproached, for veering, off the values and all of that. So in this song, you hear that the song circles around the dance group who have come out at the Afo Market Square, so to speak. Possibly because they now thumb their chest and say, yes, we have achieved enough to come to report to the community. So they now ask, whose child is this one? And then the singer mentions, who begat you this child? And you say, who did? And then in a kind of rhetoric questions, then instead of answering directly, I say, don't you know this person? And meaning that this is not somebody that you need to be introduced to. This is somebody who has made his mark in the society. Then I say, you don't know this so-and-so person. That's the father of this child. And now we now celebrate Icho Kwalaje, Olololo, Ewo, Iyo. And then you see the choice of instruments too. In this one, I brought in the alu, which is the metal gong that stands erect like, the heart of a human. Okay? You hear that punctuating, punctuating the dance steps, the gaits that is associated with, the pride you exude when you have made your mark in society. So that instrument, does that role. In addition, to other instruments. And then the punctuation of the melody where the flute interjects tells you again that as somebody is on the dance floor, there's need to once in a while clear out for the person to express himself, or more or less express yourself the way, even outside the rhythm. And then the flautist encourages those your movements. If it's a stylized dance, you find a free medley imposing it. Okay, in that free medley, the flautist encourages. And then after you've done, you go back to the stylized, dance, choreographed. If you say like you would say in a musicology. I took the theme again from the record, even some of the names mentioned in the record. Okay? Now because I got somebody, a woman, a grandmother, who is a lead vocalist in a women group to do this, I also had to allow her the freedom, the liberty to introduce her own names and talk about them also. But we maintained that motif of Agolo because the song was picked from Agolo in Anambra State within the Oka area. Even to understand the song and to be able to supply instrumentation, you have to know the message behind the lyrics. You have to know the theme. And that's why I'm also considering that this is a women dance song. I said this earlier. And this is a men dance song. And these kind of instruments are identifiable with this kind of group. Okay? Even the dance pattern that women dance, okay? You find the pulse marker showing them the pot drum, okay? Telling you that this is where they skip, okay? To join at another point. All of these are considered. When you come out and you perform marvelously well, everyone, whose child is that? Okay, whose child is that? Even when you're not really a child, so to speak, even when you're a full-fledged adult, we say obungonye, okay, which may not translate, exactly to whose child is that, but that's the closest we can get. In other words, who begat this individual? I say, oh, you don't know, he's so and so person. So you discover that if you are good, credit also goes to your parents, okay? So that's why parents are cautious about what their children do, because they will bring them either good name or bad name when they go out in public. So in that marketplace where they are displaying, people come to appreciate what they are doing. And this dancer is so good, and they're asking, okay? We've gone to Afo in Agolo. And Agolo is asking me, who begot you this child? And then in response, I said, don't you know Mubo Nafo? And then nobody will ask again. He will not say, Icho, Kwayam, Kolaje, Olololo, Ewo, Iyo, all in celebration of your success.
Icho, Kwalaje, Olololo, Ewo, Iyo. Icho, Kwalaje, Olololo.